Hi folks, welcome to the bank holiday weekend van life vlog that we've put together. We're going to share with you some of our adventures from across the weekend and a van tour of one of our subscribers that we surprise met, which was fantastic. We paid a visit to the Ride Queen, also known as PS Ride. She looks in a sorry state these days, but during her heyday she was fine. She served at Dunkirk and during the D-Day landings, and she was the last coal-fired paddle steamer in the world. Eventually she came to reside on the Isle of Wight, and she was refitted to have luxury cabins, a bar and a restaurant. But after a time, she was sold to new owners and became a nightclub. And once the popularity as a night spot had begun to wane, she was abandoned and left derelict. Attempts were made to raise funds to restore her, but she was deemed too far gone, and moving her would be detrimental to the environment. In the evening we had a barbecue and chilled around a campfire. We didn't actually record much of the evening because we were just relaxing and having fun together as a family. We woke up, potted around for a bit, and just after breakfast we bumped into a couple of our subscribers, Paul and Michelle Roll, and their van Daisy. So here's a little van tour of their van. We spent the next few hours messing around in the sea, having a giggle, watching the windsurfers, had a bit of lunch, and then we were off to our next destination. Just on an evening walk down to the beach. And after being away at Camp Quirky and sort of being with everybody was on a bit of a downer, a bit of a doldrums. So this weekend has been just the right sort of tonic. Getting out, getting about, away from the towns. So we're just going to go take Minnie down, see if he can do a bit of fossiling, see what he can sort of find. We just parked on a public car park just at the top above the beach, and it's only a gentle walk down onto the beach from there. Gentle slope, little meander, and I'm sorry if the camera's bouncing. Not using a stick, not using a tripod, just the old-fashioned human arm. So yeah, it's all a bit primitive really, a bit basic, but recording what we're doing nevertheless. So I'm gonna just turn around and I'll show you what I'm looking at. There's the boys. And we'll see if we can find some fossils. And if we do, I'll show you. This is probably one of my favourite sort of outdoor pursuits, is beach combing and seeing what we can find, whether it be driftwood that we can make things out of, or sea glass that we find along the shoreline, all little trinkets, bits and bobs like that. But when you come down in an evening, you never quite know what you're going to find. We've found everything from fox skulls to sort of really old bottles and things. But it's just a little treasure trove. And this time of evening, I mean, the beaches are clear. There's absolutely nobody down here but us. We've got it to ourselves, which, you know, it's great. You could just wander along, see what you can find, and then when you've had enough, pop back up to the van for a brew, bit of supper, a few card games, a few hands of poker, or whatever takes your fancy. Well, it's quite a warm evening tonight. We've moved away from where we were. It's getting a bit busy, and we just wanted to spend some time just on our own. A bit antisocial, innit? Just to get away from things for a bit. So we've come round to the back side of the island, and it really is quiet and peaceful. So see what happens further down the beach. So while I'm sitting and waiting for the boys to come back from their trek down to the dinosaur feet, time for me to have a little gas bag, I suppose. And I think one of the toughest things for us currently in chasing the van life dream is finding a way to achieve full-time van life while still meeting all the mini needs, all his needs, schooling needs. That's probably homeschooling, but nevertheless, meeting his educational needs and things. Creating enough income to create a sustainable life. And we also have Nathan. He's turning 20 this year, so figuring out a way to do what we want to do and travel the way we want and accommodate Nathan as well. And it's not always easy to find solutions to the kind of obstacles that we're looking at the minute. So we're sort of doing it by mini goals. And we have listed in our little notebook all these mini achievable realistic goals that we can tick off along the way to try and get to where we want to be. And they really are mini goals along the way. So things like finishing the conversion, re-registering the van as a camper. So the mini little goals are putting in the things that we need to be able to do that. So for example, a window and a fixed table. And all of these little mini goals that we have listed to try and get a step closer to living that full-time van life dream. We'll let you know how we get on with all these mini goals. We're doing what we can when we can, and hopefully we'll get there sooner rather than later, but you never know what's around the corner with life, and we want to be able to do the travelling while we still can. Life is way too short to miss opportunities, so we're looking for opportunities rather than waiting for opportunities to come to us. So we'll see how we get on.